Welcome to another School of Thought podcast session. I have another beautiful day. I have nothing but great guests anyway, so every guest that I have are great. But I have an awesome woman of God who is also an entrepreneur, which I love, that's joining us today. And we're going to talk about her whole journey. And I know it's going to be a blessing to all of us today. And I want to introduce, and I'm going to read a little bit of her bio, and I'm going to allow her to share herself with us today. Her name is Chef Kaylin. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful lady, beautiful lady. So I got to put my little glasses on to read a little bit about her. Chef Lynn is a prophetic intercessor. All right, we relate on that one. Who produced a prayer CD entitled "The Interception," and they can be found in YouTube Digital, which will help you catalog, catapult, catapult your prayer and intercessory life to the next level. She is also an author of 4 books: Unlocking Discipline. I love that already. The Spiritual Attacks of a Prophet, Sexual Manipulation, and good books. Intimidation and Abomination, and a relationship book, Competing with the Man in Your Head. That title all by itself will tell you a lot. Among many spiritual hats she wears, she is a mother of 3, grandmother of 4, a mentor, a coach, a personal trainer, and a licensed chef. An entrepreneur of her own business and brand called Meals on in Heels. And you know I like that. Her determination is for all individual in the community to be whole and complete in every area in their lives, mind, body, and spirit. God has created us to enjoy life and take care of the greatest commodity that He has given us, ourselves. Oh my God. And her lifestyle proves it. When I first met Miss Chef Kaylin, it just, my spirit just leaped. We were just in sync in our conversation, and I felt like I was divinely connected at that moment with her, and absolutely inspiring. And I believe at the time, as I was talking to her, it really kind of awakened a part of my determination, where sometimes you feel like you giving up a little bit in the thread, you letting go. And I believe you came in at the right time to rejuvenate that thread. And I was so happy to be connected with you and talking to you. So I am glad. So I'm going to give you the floor to tell our audience a little bit more about you. And this is a conversation I'm looking forward to.
Well, hello everyone, all of you out there in social media land. I am honored. I don't take this lightly. Every opportunity that's given is a blessing. It's an open door. And so I thank God for that. I thank God for you, Dr. Kanna. You are amazing. And I'm looking forward to this connection that we're having. So more about me right now. I am currently going to school again amongst all the other certifications that I have. I endeavor to enhance my skill as a chef on the nutritionist side. So I'm in school right now to become a nutritionist coach so that I can help our people in this culture that we have learn how to eat better, live better, and be
Mm-hmm.
better. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's big for me,
Mm-hmm.
going through the transitions and seasons of my life. That's very important. So I'm currently in school for that. Also with ministry, Truth Center Ministries is our ministry, and it's a nonprofit organization. We give back to the homeless and those that are single moms that are really trying to make it. We like to sow into the community. So there's a lot of
Tell us a little bit
projects.
more about because when you told me about the Meals on Heels, tell us a
Mhm.
little bit more about that.
Okay, so Meals and Heels is a brand of mine because people know me by, like, I've been wearing heels since I was in the 7th grade. I have not come out of heels, and I am 50 years old now, and I'm still in heels. And so
I love it.
that's been a label in so many words that people have put on me. Like, we know when we hear those heels coming down the aisle, it's you. So and they understand as well as how well I cook. And so I've been cooking with my grandmother since I was 6 years old in the kitchen, and it's been a passion of mine. So combining those two things together brought the name Meals and Heels, and it's pretty much my brand. When people see me, they know not that I'm going to cook in heels, but they know that when I take off those shoes from the kitchen, I'm gonna put my heels right back on.
Okay. I love that. But the reason I love that so much is because, especially us women, we have a tendency when we get into the entrepreneur world, we feel like we have to move into a male vibe, even in ministry. So
Yeah.
women become hard. You start looking
Yes.
like a man, you start acting like a man. So when I hear stuff like that, they give confirmation to a lot of women. You don't have to operate in the male, dominant male kind of vibe. You could
Right.
still be that pretty woman that still make it happen. So that's
Yes.
the reason I was like, I really like that name. I love
Yeah.
that. So
I mean, cook well, live well, and look well. Okay.
I love that. That's very important. That's really important.
Yeah. So you definitely you hit it with the when you said that a lot of times when we're in authoritative positions, we do tend to feel like we have to take on that masculinity, leaving our femininity behind, which I have never been. I wouldn't say dainty, but I love my bags. I love my heels. I love my makeup. I have a certain look about myself that I love to keep. And a lot of times people kind of look at me and think, I've had men actually tell me, you don't look like you can cook. But when they taste my food, they want to marry me, girl.
I
I've
love
got
it.
proposals
I
at the
love
barbershop.
it.
Girl, can you marry me? But I don't look like I can cook. So what does a cook
Exactly.
look like? They're so used to
It's like
the
you fool
old-fashioned way.
everybody.
Yeah.
Because the idea in people's mind, if you're too pretty, you're too pretty to do this, you must don't have a mind. You must not be smart. So
Right.
we're changing that narrative. Say, yes, I am intelligent. I am smart. I could cook,
Absolutely.
because, and I'm ditty. And I like that. So that's
Yeah.
something I've always taught. So that's why I felt so drawn to you when we were talking. It's like we're coming from the same journey and the same type of mindset.
Yes.
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 I want to
Yes.
hear more about your ministry.
Okay. So I started Truth in Ministries 3 years ago. And it was birthed out of something that I should have done a long time ago. I should have, moved in the will of God, moved in the way that the Lord is telling me and the way that he was directing me. And so, with that being said, Truths in the Ministries is, we know the truth and the truth shall make us free, John 8:32. And so I've always been a person who lives by the truth. I've always been a person who abides in the word and try to live as much as I can according to the word, be that living epistle. And so the ministry itself is just an organization now where there's a group of women. We love God. We serve the people. We serve the community. And I always wanted to give back to the community. I always want to show people that someone does care in the church, and not necessarily having a church, but someone cares about them from the Lord, the Spirit perspective. And so the ministry that we have now, we give to the homeless. We feed, masses of people. We, help people that are like single moms that need just a helping hand in any kind of capacity. Wherever there's a need, we try to fill that need as much as we can with resources. Sometimes we don't have the finances, but we have resources as well. And so I really endeavored to do that. And I was in business. I was in corporate America for 30 years as a leader. And so I took those leadership skills that I've developed, the mentoring skills that I've developed, and now I use those in the ministry as well to help people get jobs, to help them with their resume, help them interview. I had a young lady right now that's looking for another job, but she doesn't think she can do better. And so I've been helping her, training her, giving her interviewing skills, training her how to write her resume, to articulate herself, to get the job and land the job that she really truly wants, because she has 3 children. and she's trying to do better, but she's only making $15 an hour, and she has so many skills. And so those are the things that we're endeavoring to do to get people back to life, but also elevate others that need that assistance as well.
Yeah, I like that. As far as the so much that you said, the homeless, because that's something that touched my heart deeply. 'Cause I have such a desire, because a lot of us don't know. Sometimes you one paycheck away from being homeless.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't
Absolutely.
look down at homeless people, and I like the fact that you want to you feed them, right? You have, how does that work? How do you help
Yes. So I'll give you an example. For Thanksgiving, a friend of mine, her and her husband have a church. They have a huge church in Jackson, Mississippi.
them? Mhm.
And so I lended my services, contributed my services as a chef to cook the whole Thanksgiving meals for 100 families that were homeless, 100 families. And it was a lot of people out there. And so we drove down, me and the team drove down there, and I was up all night long cooking
I'm sure
turkey, dressing, ham,
the whole
candy
works.
yams, macaroni and cheese, just all that to feed those that were in need, the families that couldn't afford it, as well as the homeless. And they came out in the droves. And so that was exciting. The news came out and interviewed me, and I loved that interview as well. So it was a way to give back to the community. So
Okay.
those types of things we do. We're doing January the 24th, we're doing our annual socks and sandwiches is what we call it. So we have like gift boxes with gourmet sandwiches that I make myself, with fruit, chips, pickle, and then a pair of socks. Because sometimes they don't have shoes out there. They can at least put on a clean pair of socks.
Yes.
And so we do socks and sandwiches, and we pass that out to the homeless downtown in the Dallas area. And we do that every year. And this year we're going to give out tents. We're going to try to get some backpacks so they can have something to carry their things in, as well as the socks and sandwiches. We want to do some clothes that are not worn that much, newly worn clothes. We want to give out those as well. And so we're looking for volunteers to do that. And we've gotten quite a few volunteers that want to help us this year on the 24th to give back to the homeless and those that are unhoused.
I want to give out your information even now for some people that may feel like, I want to volunteer, I want to help.
Okay.
So what's the information? Can they reach out to you to help?
So they can reach out to me in my business email, but we have a Truth Centre Ministries email. It's info@truthcenterministries.net. And that is spelled, Center is spelled CENTRE.
Okay.
And so it's info@truthcenterministries.net. And they can reach out to us via email to let us know they want to volunteer. And we need those volunteers because last year we didn't have enough food. We didn't have enough sandwiches. I did 75 sandwiches, and we did not have enough. We're trying to amp it up this year, double that. Because another thing people don't realize as well is there's so many men out there on the streets. And I've been studying a lot of the homeless shelters. And a lot of the homeless shelters are not set up for men to be housed, for men to be supported. And that really does bother my spirit. It really does. They have to be a certain age. Women can be 18 or older. Men have to be almost 45 to get into, Most of the homeless shelters, they set it up to where the men have to be a certain age. They have to be older to be supported for, to have housing.
And that is really sad because you're telling the men, where at this age, you shouldn't be here. But if they are, you're really not putting your hands out to help them. So,
if they're younger than that, which is most of the ones that are homeless, if they're younger than that, they're out on the street. And that's why you see so many men out on the street, but you don't see that many women because they do not support the men in homelessness. They don't support them.
I didn't even know that. That's something.
And we prayed last year. We prayed with so many of them. We prayed with them. I even got some connections that I used to get some of them some assistance to get jobs because some of them don't want to be on the streets, but there's nothing to support them. And they separate the families, which is so sad. They separate them from their wives. Some of those men said, my wife is being helped, but I'm not. And that's very sad. It's very sad how these shelters are set up.
I think that's really sending out a message to men, and that's what makes it worse. That's what the depression is worse, because you're telling me that I shouldn't be here, but I am, and you're not helping me come out. And you're right. I believe a lot of them want to work. A lot of them want not just the help, but to help them come out of where they are. So
Yes.
if anybody's listening to this, please be part of it. Email Chef Kaylin
Yeah.
that you want to volunteer there to really to bring to elevate these men back into the right place where they're supposed to be. They
Yeah.
just need a helping hand to help them come out from where they are.
Yeah.
So
We
that is a
definitely need help
beautiful
with that.
ministry. That's
Yeah,
a
we
beautiful
definitely need help
ministry.
packaging the sandwiches, packaging the boxes, getting these bags together. We need help with that. And I've been, also volunteering at some of the homeless shelters because I want to get more involved into it. And I have a big project that I'm going to do this year as well. So it's near and dear to me because I was homeless twice. I was
Wow.
homeless as a child at the age of 13. And I was
Wow.
also homeless as an adult. One time I lost my job, lost everything, and I actually had to allow my children to stay at my aunt's, but she didn't have enough space for all of us, so I slept in my car
Oh,
and
wow.
made sure that they got what they needed. I couldn't leave their space out. And so there's been times where it was just me and I didn't have anybody before my children, and I was an adult and I was homeless as well. Didn't have anywhere to go, couldn't go to family. And so I know how it feels to be out there. You
So
don't want to
yeah,
be out there, but you
your
have to be,
ministry
you have no choice.
your ministry was birthed out of your own pain
Yes,
because you really understand how they feel. Some of us could be looking from the outside and say, this, but you've been in and you're like, I know how I feel. And to me, helping them is not just helping them, you bringing a form of respect to them that,
absolutely.
I honor you, I respect you, and I want to help you. And I love
Absolutely,
that.
and help you get back to life because that's what it is.
Exactly.
They've lost the will to live. When you're out there, you literally lose the will to press forward because you don't have anyone to assist you, to support you, to have that get up and go about you. And like you said, birthing out of my pain. There was a lot of things, even as a chef, that's birthed out of my pain, and because of um, we grew up very poor. My mom, my dad, and my mom stayed married for about 10 years. And then by the age of 10, I saw my grandmother growing up as a child. But then when I stayed with my mom, it was a time when she just didn't have any food. The only time we ate was when we went to school. It's the only time we got a meal. And then when we would get home, some days she was not at home. And I didn't see my mom for, weekends on end or a week at an end. And so whatever was in that kitchen, the scraps that was in that kitchen, I made sure my brother ate. I would put things together. I would put little meals together. I learned how to make syrup out of sugar and water. Come on. Y'all don't know about that sugar water. I learned how to make syrup out of that. I learned how to make whole cakes. Some people don't even know about whole cakes. I learned how to make whole cakes, and I would make my brother a whole cake and some simple syrup, and he would eat that night, and I would go to bed hungry because my
Wow.
brother had to eat. And so those things, that the food and the cooking became a drive from watching my grandmother in the kitchen make everything from scratch because we was on the farm with her. She made everything from scratch. They had everything on the farm, and it was amazing growing up as a child doing that, and then going to poverty the way that I was, and saying to myself, I would never be like this again. I used to say that to myself all the time. I will never live like this. I will never be like this. I will never be this hungry again. I would never live like this. I would never have children and have them suffer like this. And so
Wow.
out of that pain came the drive to feed people. I get so much joy seeing other people love my food, seeing other people eat, coming together, fellowshipping with food. It's not even about the payments or the money. It's about just them enjoying it, because when you're hungry, you can't think straight. You can't think straight. You don't make sound decisions because your stomach is
That
talking.
is so true.
Seriously, and to be hungry, if you ever see those homeless people that eat out of the trash can, they are desperate. There's
Wow.
no other way to get food. They
Wow.
can't go steal it. And then people run them out of the facilities. They run them out of the restaurants. They run them out of the fast food places. They run them, get away, get away, get away. So I got to eat something. So you're desperate when you eat out of a trash can. But that's what hunger will do to you. Hunger will put you in a place in your mentality to where you don't have a registry that this is not well for you. You
Wow.
literally do not have it. And so I don't talk about them. I look at them and I feel bad, and I try to, as much as I can, feed people. I try to give them, go get them a sandwich, or, one lady just last week, she she said something to me. She was sitting outside of Jason's. She asked me, could you buy me something to eat? And I said, absolutely, I can. I never want anybody to be hungry because I know how that feels. I know how that feels. It's a bad place.
You're going through that period of hunger, birthed out your entrepreneurship as a chef.
Yes.
Because out of you saying, I am never going to be that hungry. My children will never be that hungry. It's almost like that's your birthing pain that birthed out that entrepreneurship as a chef.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really awesome. When you said about the sugar water, I do remember that as a child.
That sugar water, I'm telling you, that's some syrup. It's called simple syrup. I'm telling you. And I made that. My brother used to love them things every day because all we had in the refrigerator was some flour. I mean, I had flour in the cabinet. My mom would keep a couple of eggs, and I'm telling you, I would make a whole cake, and I would take little bitty things that was left in the kitchen and create something out of them. And I knew that skill was in me because I would watch my grandmother, and it's always been a passion of mine to feed people. If it was anything else that I could do, whether you're clothed or not, if I could feed thousands, I would, because sitting down eating a meal means a lot to people.
Wow. You saying so much in just one sentence. You always had a desire to feed people. So the homeless came. So you had to go through the homeless journeys to see what it feel. Then you had to go through the journey of being hungry so the chef could be birthed to feed people. I mean, just putting that together, that's just like, wow. That's one of those wow moments that how life works. Wherever your desire is, wherever your heart was, you had to go through and walk through it. So you'll be able to know what it feels. It's the same thing our Savior did when he's like, he had to feel the infirmity of the people. So you went through that. So I'm just, in my mind, I'm putting it together. It's like, wow, you had to go through that because your desire was to feed people. So you had to learn how to cook. And then you had to know why is it important to feed people? Because you had to go through the anger and understand. Like you said, you can't make, I mean, even right now, if you get hungry, just regular, you just like, I don't go shopping when I'm hungry because if I'm hungry, I'm gonna buy everything. I can't think straight.
You don't think right. It doesn't regulate your thoughts.
Exactly.
Your thoughts are not regulated. And it's a difference between hunger and starvation. Wow. And when you're out there homeless, you're starving. You're literally starving. And whatever meal you can get, if it's scraps or whatever, if it's leftovers, you will take it.
So when we play it around talking about, oh, I'm starving, we really don't understand what we're saying.
No, you're not starving. Starving is to go.
We're just hungry.
Starving is to go a week or two without food. That's starving.
Wow.
That's starving. And so it's a difference between that. It's a difference between that. And as my business grows and as God continues to allow me, there's so many things that's in my heart and my spirit to do when it comes to that particular part, the homelessness and feeding people. And now the nutritionist side of me, when I'm in school learning more and more, I've always had a passion for nutrition, but now to be in school and to understand the medical side of it, I want to bring, as a chef, I want to bring not just the luxury to our people, and it's nothing against anybody else, nothing against any other culture, but our culture is behind. We're behind when it comes to, a lot of things, but we're progressing now. We're getting to that place where we're progressing now. But you see so many of us that are obese, so many of us that are, we deal with so many health issues because of the food that we're eating.
Exactly. Well, before you even go any further, I want you to tell people the email again about donating even food for what you're doing. So please share the email.
It's info@truthcentre, CENTRE, ministries.net.
Okay.
So info@truthcenterministries.net.
Can they also email you on the
yes, on the Meals and Heals as well. Yes.
Okay. Let's put that up to because I want people to start donating food, volunteer, Anything
un,
that can help.
lightly worn clothing, shoes. We will pass it all out. We will give it all out, and we're
Okay.
also teaming up with some homeless shelters that I have put my stamp of approval on, because a lot of them are not doing what they should do, and I'm not going to,
Exactly.
donate to them. I'm not
Exactly.
going to donate them because they're not helping. But there's
Okay.
a couple that I have done some deep research, and I've also gone to them to see
Okay.
visibly
Okay.
what they're doing. And so we're going to donate to them as well.
Okay, good,
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
I'm definitely going to help as much as I can, and
Thank
in
you.
passing the words out and getting people, because I really understand that. I don't know. I guess the same desire and the hunger I have every time I pass by homeless people, and my children knows that my heart goes like, oh, it's
Yeah.
just I want to do so much more in watching somebody, especially when it's cold at night.
Yeah.
They're out there making tents, and it just my heart goes out that I want to do more, so much for them, and I want to be able to have this type of even help with the shelter, if I could contribute with the help with the shelter. But you said something that I think we need more sponsor in that area to help
Yes.
men, especially during that age where you're speaking of, that
Yeah.
if we
20,
could just
21 to 45.
yeah, and
21 to
if we
45.
could connect with some other ministries or some other business to really pour back into those men, to bring them back out as men, because there's no help for them. So we need to kind of ring the bell to let everybody know, listen,
Yeah.
these men want to be fathers, they want to be husband, they want to be the head of the household. They just need kind of somebody to pull them out of a rut
Yeah.
where they're stuck. So, because
And to
not
be,
every man is a deadbeat dad. Not every man
that's right.
is, that, oh, he's not paying the bill. Not every man is like that. And we have a tendency of, because he's doing bad, we have the tendency of turning our nose and saying, oh, like men, there's no magic in being a male. There's no magic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, automatically, I'm a man, I'm supposed to do that. And I think we social media and everybody put that in our mind. So that's the reason why there's no help for them, because we just assume when you come out the womb, you're a man, you just gonna automatically do this stuff.
Well,
And
the
it does
system also has, and I really honestly do blame it on the government and the system and our community and how we have set things up. We do support women better and more, even in jobs. A woman will get a job quicker than a man unless a man has a degree or some type of good background. That's why you see so many men in the jail system. I would rather lock you up, keep you locked up, so that I can keep money going and money
exactly,
flowing, because it's $50,000
exactly,
a head
exactly,
for men to stay in prison. And so it's set up for them to fail.
exactly.
It's
So
set
we
up.
have to do something to help them while they're
Yes.
out here. What I want to do, I want to touch more on your entrepreneurship, because I really want to know, to share with us, how do you balance, that's something big for me, being in ministry and also entrepreneur, because people have struggled balancing that, because they think they're turning their back on God by doing entrepreneurship and by being a chef. How do you balance that also with ministry?
Yeah. So I incorporate the two. So there's never a need to balance.
Good,
Does that make
good,
sense? Even
good.
even with my pop-up this weekend, the Lord is even in that. Yes, I'm gonna be playing music. The bartender's gonna have alcohol, things like that. That's part of the business. But
Mhm,
in the midst of that, I've incorporated encouragement for every individual that walks in the door. So
mhm,
I do not separate the two. I
mhm,
am a representative of God in whatever we do. And that's what we have to understand as entrepreneurs. If you are a follower, a believer of Christ, you can't separate it. There
mhm,
shouldn't be a separation. It should be, you are a representative in your business of God.
mhm, mhm,
What you do for God should also align with what you're doing in your business. If
mhm,
you're
mhm.
if you are a servant of the Lord, if you're a leader, you should lead in your business to show them Christ. They should see a difference even in that, with how you handle yourself in your business. And
That's
so
right.
that's a major thing. I do not separate them. So there's no need for balance. I am balanced. I'm balanced
Good.
because there's a spirit being having a natural encounter. And in the process, we're just moving through here and trying to navigate and be that living epistle that God has made us. And so I'm
Mhm.
an example in everything I do, whether I'm writing a book,
Wonderful.
whether I am coaching, whether I am mentoring, whether I am doing ministry as far as feeding people, as far as mentoring other ladies and young men. I do not separate it. There's no separation because I am his representative, if that makes sense.
Wonderful. I like that. I like that. In
Yes,
in
ma'am.
in your in being the chef, how do you like you said before, you cook in a way, or if I'm saying that right, in a way where you feeding people healthy food. Tell me, I want to hear a little bit more detail about the chef. Like, how do you cook in a way where you have different side of the menu, vegan,
Yeah.
uh different stuff like that. That's what I want to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah. So try. I thank God that He has made me multifaceted. I will say that He's a multidimensional God, and He makes us multidimensional as well. And so when it comes to the cuisines I do, I'm versatile. When I went to school and when I graduated, I was not set on one thing. They teach you to stay with one cuisine, but I began to broaden my horizons, expand things, learn new things, create new things. And so when I'm cooking, it depends on, I try to tailor the meals that I prepare to the person because everyone is different. Everyone is made different.
Yeah.
And some people can handle certain things that others can't. And certain people have things that they have diseases for, things that they cannot eat. They have allergies. And so you have to be versatile as a chef. And
Right.
so that's what I've learned to do, is to be versatile and learn how to prepare, make that experience for that person. Not
Mhm.
just because I know how to do a cuisine, but I don't even have menus unless the person asks me specifically what they want. I let them tell me what they like, and I create a menu tailor made for them. So
Wow.
that's how
So
I do
that's when you
things.
have to ask question about their health, what they're
Yes,
struggling with, so to make sure that
yes,
your meal don't go against their health.
that's right. And their allergies, because you don't want to kill people, because people have really bad peanut allergies and things like that. We can't be out here killing folks. And so I tell them, they ask me, can you send me a menu? I want to do this party. I'm like, well, you can go on my website. You can go on my website. That's chefkaylin.org. You can go on my website and you can look at some of the sample menus that I have. But if you want something specific, I can create a menu tailored to your taste. And
Mhm.
so that makes the experience even better, because they're like, oh, this is just specifically for me,
Yeah, I
and
like
it
that.
makes them feel special. Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna say that. I will feel special. Well, I want
Yeah.
to ask you, what would you give? Let's say, would you give couples that is having a wedding that
Mhm.
want to hire you as a part of your venue for their ceremony or for the reception? I want to hear what would you
Well,
tell
I'm gonna
couples?
say this. I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there. You have to be very special for me to do a wedding for you. I don't do weddings anymore. I don't cater
And
weddings.
I want you to share why. I want you to
So
share
so the
why. As
reason
a
why
wedding
is because
officiant, I understand. Tell
yeah,
me why.
there's a high demand with minimal effort from the parties that want weddings. They often want filet mignon, but you have a bologna budget. You can't get filet mignon. I can't squeeze blood from a turnip. And it was so much pressure over the years that I just got tired of it, because it was the same thing. No matter who the person was, it was the same thing. And then at the last minute, they want to make changes after you've already bought the food. You said you have 50 people coming. So I always make enough for 50. I always make enough for 100 people when you say 50, but then you change the 50 to another 50, 55 on top of that. So now I don't even have enough food and you don't want to pay me any more money. So it's just the stresses of how people do weddings. They really don't understand the task at hand when it comes to a chef. We got to hire contractors. We have people that help us, especially if you want a personal wedding. If you want a banquet style, that's different. But if you want it where we're serving the tables, we have to hire contractors. We have to hire a sous chef that will come in and chop and prep everything. And then that's why most chefs charge per plate. because they'll be able to get enough money out of it where they get a profit and their people that they're paying get a profit as well. And so people don't want to pay that. They want this extravagant wedding, but then you want to be big when little got you by the throat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I wanted you to give that advice because I don't think a lot of people that's getting married understand that.
Yeah.
They just think, we're going to the grocery store when they come to a chef or someone to do their reception. So I wanted them to have a little bit of understanding of the background.
It's a lot in that. It's a lot
what you
in
go
that.
through. Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot in that, and they don't realize how tasking it is for us too. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And when it comes to the price, I think I am very fairly priced according to, in comparison to some of my peers. Some of my peers charge double and triple what I charge. And they're like, girl, you need to bring your prices up. But I try to be affordable as well as profitable. So, don't get it twisted now. I'm going to get a profit out of it.
Exactly.
But I also try to be affordable for people. And I tailor it towards the person too. What is your budget? When a chef asks you what their budget is, they're trying to fit this food into your budget.
Exactly.
And the filet mignon and lamb chops is not in a $1,000 budget. Exactly. It's not. You got 50 people and you have $1,000 you want to spend on food, but you want filet mignon, steaks, and lamb chop. That's not $1,000 going to cover the lamb chops. How about that for 50 people? You know what I mean? So we don't look at the cost of it, and food has gone up too. So then we have to go up with our prices because food has gone up. So that's a big thing. I think that we need to do better with understanding what goes into it.
I think that's why I wanted you to share that, because I don't think people understand the back. They look at it on the inside. Like, for instance, if you ask them what their budget, their mind is, oh, you're trying to see how much money you could take from me. So the mindset is different. People don't understand that, as you said, I'm trying to fit what you want, what you like into what you have. Yeah. So people misunderstand that. So this pop-up that's coming up this week, which I cannot wait. So tell us, what should we expect?
Okay, so of course, a pop-up is just that. It's a pop-up where you're just coming in. The food will be good. You'll come into some excitement, some music, some drinks, some overall interactive. I try to make all of my events that I host interactive, where you're actually doing some things so they can be memorable to you. So it's going to be a great experience. What you can expect is a lot of fun, some interaction with each other as well. I want some mixing and some mingling going on. We have an activity that we're going to do as well that's centered around the food, of course. And so you can come and go as you please. Again, a pop-up is just that. You just pop in and pop out if you want to. You don't have to sit around and eat and all of that. You can just pop in and enjoy the festivities and interact with the food and go on about your way. But it's going to be exciting. VIP is exciting as well, because we have a select movie. They have a VIP room, so they're going to be watching a movie. I have some gifts and some takeaways and some giveaways that I'm going to give for the VIPs. They get some little extra perks. They also get to come in at 5. The pop-up starts at 6, but they get to come in early and interact with me. I'm going to be serving them myself personally in the VIP room, and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait. Yeah. You all have to come. It's going to be a great weather. So it's going to be, and the venue itself have such a beautiful view.
It does.
I cannot wait. And I'm hoping and praying that, come on, everybody, come on.
Yeah.
So I know the food is going to be good. So
yes.
I love that. So since you don't do wedding, exactly what type of catering do you do?
Okay. So I'm going to give you some of the things that I do. But you can also go to my website, chefkaylin.org, and you can see all of my services. I have, I'm a personal chef, so I bring the restaurant experience to you. If you have a home with the kitchen and you want to surprise your wife or your husband with a chef when they come home, and you have a date night at home, I bring that restaurant experience to your home. It is amazing. I set up flowers. I ask you what types of drinks you want. You can personalize your menu. You can have a 4-course meal, 3-course meal, 2-course meal, however you want it. If you want to do a dinner party, I also do dinner parties. If there's, I have a dinner party that I host called Cooking and Cocktails, where I bring the bartender. And if you have a group of girlfriends or some married couples that you want to get together and you guys want to cook with me for the night, prepare your own meal, you can do that as well. It's called Cooking and Cocktails. I also have a service that I provide for the sick and shut in and the disabled. If you have family members that are disabled, you have family members that are sick and shut in, they can't cook for themselves, I will surprise them and go to their house. You pay me in advance, I'll go to their house. You ask me, you let me know what they like to eat, and I'll go cook the food for them in their kitchen, or I will deliver their food at the door, whichever one you want. So those are some of my services that I do. Those are some of the funner ones that I like to talk about. There's also meal prep. So if you are trying to get yourself together, like we're trying to do this season, we're trying to get right and get fine and sexy. You can do that the way that you eat first. Okay. So I do meal prep, 7 meals. They start anywhere from $125 and up, depending on what select protein you choose. So I do meal prep also. And then if you have a consultation that you want to do with me concerning your diet, concerning some things that you want to change, we can do that also. So those are some of the services that I offer, but there's more on there. I also do cooking classes. I can do them via Zoom. I can do them, like if you want to set up a time. I have one girlfriend who, for her birthday, she has like 7 or 8 girlfriends that she wants to do a cooking class with. So they're going to have me. I'm going to show them how to make and create their own dish, a specific dish that she chooses. And we do cooking classes. If you have kids, I do cooking classes with children as well. So lots of fun things for my business. And we're looking to do some greater things this year.
I like that. I like that. Sounds exciting. That's exciting. I can't wait. So I don't forget. And you know what? And I said I was gonna have you as well, because my Airbnb is catered for couples. So I would love to have you as an addition to have the couples to bring you in one of the date nights, anniversaries, for you to come and cook for them. Oh, I would love that. I think of course, I'm already a super host. I'm gonna be a super host for that. So that is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I can't wait till Saturday. So I'm gonna keep pushing it to everybody will come on Saturday. Just pop in and see what Chef Lynn is doing and see all her cooking and everything. I can't wait. I'm just gonna stay
and once it
eat.
And once it's gone, it's gone now. That's a pop-up.
First come, first serve.
It's gone. I can't pull any more out. Once it's gone, it's gone. That's what pop-ups are.
You got to hurry up.
You got to get on in there. Yeah,
you got to hurry up.
I'm also on Airbnb as well.
Oh, so wonderful!
They want to book me from Airbnb.
What? Yes, that's what I'm saying. I want to do that for my couples, to bring you in. If they choose, they say, hey, this is a part of the date night, to come in and do a special meal, maybe for proposal or something like that. And oh yes, I will have that for my couple. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. So this is good. This is good. So is anything else that you feel like you want to share in your journey as an entrepreneur, as a chef, and also as a minister?
Well, it's for my journey, it has been a long one. I'll say that it's been a blessed and extensive journey, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for where God has me and where He's taken me. With my new book that's coming out, I'm thankful for the biography. So you will be able to really see my journey and read about my journey with this biography that's coming out. And there's another project I'm going to do for the homeless this year that everybody will be able to participate in. So I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm. That's January 27, right?
Well, January 24th is the socks and sandwiches, but there's another project that I'm doing for this year that everyone will be able to participate in. And I'm excited about that. So just the journey for ministry, the journey allowing me to get through those times.
Okay. All of that was lessons in life to make you the Chef Kaylin that you are today. That is so beautiful. And then we could look back and just say, you know what? I'm not bitter. I'm healed. It's okay. All of it was part of my process.
Absolutely.
So and I'm like the meal, especially to the homeless. Oh, to me, that was worth all of that development to be
Yeah.
able to minister to so many people in feeding them. Because sometimes
Yeah.
I want you to pray. Hey, listen, I know you pray, but I'm hungry. I need you to feed me, help me,
Listen.
put me,
Didn't
help my
Jesus do
family.
that first? He did that.
Yes,
He did that first, and then he set them down, and he ministered to them, and he fed
exactly.
them. He didn't let them
He,
go away hungry because he knew that
that was it
they were
right there.
hungry.
He fed them
Absolutely,
first. I don't
he
want
fed
you to
them.
pray for me until you feed me first.
Yeah, my stomach is growling. I can't hear nothing that you're saying. I
Oh
can't.
my God.
I haven't eaten in a week, and you trying to tell me about Jesus? I'm
It's,
hungry. And
okay.
so, yeah, I'm telling you. And so that for me is pivotal in my life. There's a mandate. I would say that is I
Mhm,
feel like it's a mandate.
mhm,
It's a mandate on some of us, and we're not answering the mandate,
mhm,
and it's
mhm,
a mandate on
mhm,
others that are. And so that's really near and dear to my heart, and forever will be when it comes to that, because it's very important that we take care of those that are out there, because
mhm.
it's growing. If you see it,
That's
like I,
true.
I did statistics. Statistics says 5 years ago we were at a 25% homeless rate. Now it's up to like 85
That's
in
a
five
lot.
years.
That's a
In
lot.
fact, there's millions of people across the U.S. that are homeless,
Mm,
millions, and it's growing and it's increasing. Poverty is increasing
yeah,
because the economy is changing and shifting, and
yeah.
it's shifting for the better for those that have money. But the ones that are middle class are now being considered poor, and the ones that are upper class are now being considered middle class. And
Wow.
so, like you said, all of us are in that place where we're just a paycheck away, but we don't,
Exactly.
consider that sometimes.
I
And so,
think feeding the homeless and even volunteer with you for those people who are looking for a place to be grateful. This is a really good place for you to show how grateful you are about life, how grateful
yes,
you are about what you have by helping somebody else. This is a perfect platform to exercise gratefulness. How
yes,
grateful you are about where you are, how grateful you are about what you have and what you have to eat, what you have to
yeah,
sleep. How grateful I am by helping somebody else that does not have. So this the email on there. I want you to email
yes,
Chef Kaylin and be a volunteer. Volunteer with your hand. Volunteer with giving food, donation of food, clothes, whatever you could donate. I strongly support this organization. I strongly support that because
thank you.
it's my heart, especially
Yeah,
when I see the children out there. Oh my God, that you could ever imagine that some of us wouldn't be able to handle that.
yeah, we
So
can. We
yeah,
think
so
we can, but we're not that as strong as we think we are at
exactly,
times. But
exactly.
just think about what food how food makes you feel.
Ah,
When
so
you
you
get a
know how
good meal, I'm telling you, I go out to my grandmother's house and she would have fried chicken, homemade biscuits, mashed potatoes with cream gravy, some fresh green beans that she just picked out the
and
backyard.
that's just what you do when you eat when it feels
Yeah,
so good.
yeah,
So
you
right now
rock.
you're making me rock.
I'm telling you, it makes you feel good. You feel
Yeah,
like home. You feel like somebody cares. You feel love when you
yeah,
can get a really good meal. So how
yeah,
do you think it makes you feel when you can't?
yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? If
yeah.
food makes us rock back and forth, and we be twirling our toes and tightening our toes up, and that
Yes,
food be good
yes,
and we eating it. That's the fulfillment that I get when I'm
yes,
seeing people eat.
yes,
And then when
yes.
you see people that can't, that's why they don't feel the love. The love is
Exactly,
not there.
exactly,
To even just
exactly.
get a meal, to just get something good that tastes good will help you
Mhm.
regulate your thoughts. It'll
Man,
help your mind. It'll keep you at peace. It'll give you some happy thoughts. I've had people eat my food and literally start crying because they remember their grandmother when they tasted my food. One
what?
lady told me I had made her a ham for Thanksgiving, and she told me she broke out in tears. She was a Caucasian lady. She broke out in tears, and she said, "You reminded me of my grandmother. I haven't been in my grandmother's life. She passed 7 years ago."
Wow.
And the tears came down her face because my ham tasted like her grandmother's ham.
Wow.
It's those moments like that that food does to you. People that cook with love, because I cook with love. I pray over my
That's
food.
important. That is
I
important.
pray. I pray over my food. You're gonna hear some shukamataya, sha-ta-ta-ta. Over
I
this
was
food, girl. I'm gonna speak in tongue. I pray, Lord, bless them. Let it nourish their bodies. Let it touch them. Whatever needs to be healed. I'm praying over my food. I am not just praying, but I'm doing it with love because I take my time and I make sure it's done right. And I never serve anybody anything that I wouldn't eat myself. Now, I'm
exactly.
a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 26 years,
Wow. And it
but I know
doesn't
how to
bother
fix
you to cook.
everything.
It
Yeah,
doesn't bother you to cook that for
it
anybody.
doesn't.
You
It
still
doesn't.
find love and joy. Now that's
Absolutely.
important. Me and my daughters was talking about that. And that's like when you cook and you have hate and you dislike, you don't want to like what you're doing. Your food actually, the color is not the same and it does not taste the same.
It
So I
doesn't.
do know you are very right. Because when I taste some food, I was like, oh, you must have been happy when you cooked this food because
Yeah.
you could taste the happiness in the food. So
Yeah.
yes, that people don't even understand that. So when you give that food with love, oh my God, that person could feel it. They could see it. They could feel it. Especially the
Yeah.
homeless people. They're like, you're not throwing food at them and you just doing it just to be doing it. But them feeling the
Mm-mm.
love and your food have color in it when you do it with love and joy.
Yeah.
So you on the money. I can't wait to Saturday. I cannot wait. Oh my God, it's gonna be wonderful. So I thank you so much for sharing your platform, your world of a chef with us. Your world, I mean, Meals on Heels. I'm just gonna repeat that all day long. And I'm coming with my high heels and say, yes, Meals on Heels. So I
Yeah.
love that. I thank you for sharing that moment with us. And then I'm
Thank you for
encouraging
having me.
everybody, yes, to come and help, volunteer, and come to this pop-up on Saturday. Is it Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday
So I
it
want you
starts
to
at
come
5 for the VIPs, but you come from 6 to 8. You can get in the door and get in and grab you some food.
and make
And
sure you come early so you won't miss most of the meal. You want to come at the end or you see the bone because you
yeah,
missed
you
it.
coming at 7:30, you in trouble.
Okay. So you got to come early. All right. I'm going to be there early. So I am so grateful. I am
Well,
so
you
grateful
got a
for you.
VIP, ma'am, so you need to be there at 5. You got the VIP section.
You know I am coming. I am coming. I've already got my clothes. I'm already like I am gonna come and have me a good time. I'm going to enjoy
Yes,
myself. So I
yes,
thank you so much. It's such an honor to be connected with you. It's such an honor to
yes.
I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so
Me
glad
too.
to be part of this journey. I'm whatever I could do, however God uses me to be a blessing to you, to be a blessing to your ministry as well as your business. I want to be able to do that. So everybody write their email down, come to the pop-up, and please
Yes.
come and volunteer with us. So I want you to share this video with your friends, your family, your social media, so everybody could be able to enjoy this conversation and really get a better understanding what really food do for you when you do it with love. So please share this video, like, comment, and I appreciate you. And I will see you Saturday. For those of you who are coming, I will see you Saturday. So
Yeah.
thank you, Chef Kaylin. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me. This was
Yeah,
this was
it's
fun.
such a pleasure and an honor. So thank you all. You all have a great day. And thank you again.